Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. Welcome to the relaunch of my channel here. Today we're going to be taking it down a few notches, getting back to basics, getting rid of all the fancy, sexy stuff when it comes to knives, and kind of getting back to the origin of folding knives somewhat. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Wenger Apprentice. This is a standard model from the Wenger Swiss Army Knife Company, not to be confused with Victorinox. Between the two of them, they're basically the two main, I guess you could say, Swiss Army knife companies that put out a variety of models, all kinds of different things from traditional, Swiss Army knives like these, and Victorinox produces models very similar to this, up to and including the more fancy stuff. They've even got knives that are one-handed opening now, up to the big tool chest thing that they call, that's about this wide, has like 80 tools, like the super MacGyver model kind of stuff. But this one is really a return to the very simplistic Swiss Army knife, just the very, very basic model, which is honestly what attracted me to it in the first place, because it's exactly the kind of Swiss Army knife that I was looking for. But before we get too much into that, as always, we're going to go ahead and jump right into the specifications. Close length comes in at 3.25 inches. Blade length comes in at 2.5 inches. Overall length, 5.75 inches. The weight is a paltry 1.8 ounces. Okay, getting into the blade tools and construction of this particular knife here, we have, of course, the standard 2.5 inch Swiss Army knife blade. Not really sure on the blade steel on this one, guys. I'll give you my best guess. It's most likely surgical steel, since that seems to be very common in the Swiss Army knife community. The blade shape is just what I call the standard SAK blade, S-A-K, Swiss Army knife blade. They more or less invented that, and the blade shape seems to be pretty consistent among all their knives between Victorinox and Wenger. Still pretty sharp on the factory edge, so good stuff there. And like all other Swiss Army knives, it comes with a standard barrage of tools. This particular model, you've got their patented locking screwdriver, and I believe how this works is the tension that you put on it when you're pushing down on it to turn the screw, so to speak, is what locks it into place basically. And when that tension is released, then it will close just like a regular Swiss Army knife tool. This doubles as the bottle opener, and you've actually got a wire stripper in there too, so that's always good. Then on the other side here, you've got the can opener. It's kind of like a hawk beak or something. And we've got the nail cleaner and nail file. That's always kind of handy to have around. I mean, definitely not as good as a pair of 59-cent nail clippers, but in a pinch, that's definitely better. One of those things where it's better to have than have not. And to cap it all off, we have the key ring. Definitely too big in my opinion for your keys. That's I just don't like my keys to be all that bulky, but they put it on there for those of you who've got that massive gob of keys and don't mind something like this hanging off it. I'll probably eventually take the split ring off, since I know I'm not going to put it on my keys, but hey, it's there as an option. The handle is just kind of the standard red plastic, Swiss Army knife handle. Nothing really special about it. Not very scratch resistant. I'm not sure if this is showing up on camera. Mine's definitely got a few scratches on it from rattling around in my pocket there with a few of the other implements that I carry on a daily basis. As far as the blade deployment is concerned, this does not feature a half stop, which would be right about there. It's just one single motion. I will say that the back spring on this to hold it open is pretty strong. You've got to give this a little bit of grunt to get it to close, which in my opinion is a good thing. It's not to the point where you have to really put too much force into it to close it, but I think it's just enough for it to be safe. And the safety would definitely be a key on this, since it does not have a traditional locking system. Feels really great in the hand, honestly. The thickness of it, I think, is right on the money for ergonomics and just for the overall basic feel in the hand for nominal cutting tasks and just basic EDC tasks that you're going to do. Don't have particularly large hands, folks. Definitely in the medium-sized hand range, and I think it just fills the hand perfectly. The origin on this, guys, of course, is Switzerland. The actual city is right here on the blade. I'll show you that in the front row seat section. I believe it's pronounced Delamont, Switzerland. Correct me if I'm wrong. But again, like all Swiss Army knives, they are made in Switzerland. All right, we'll do a couple size comparisons here. We'll bring in some fan favorites. How about the Spyderco Man Bug? It's a little guy. Just to give you a sense of scale, the Wenger Apprentice is definitely a little bit bigger than that. This is a very small knife. And we'll bring in a bigger Spyderco, a Delica. As you can see, that easily dwarfs the Wenger Apprentice, since that's a full-size folding knife, and this is just a little medium-sized guy right there. And just for kicks, we'll keep it in the Swiss Army family. We'll bring in my little Shamrock Victorinox. It's a little baby Swiss Army knife. Alright, we'll do a quick cutting demonstration. I'm working with the factory edge here. I've had this one, I've been carrying this one for quite some time. It has seen definitely some use in day-to-day tasks, so we'll see how it does. Not bad. Pretty sharp. Good job, Wenger. Bottom line, I think the Wenger Apprentice is an absolutely outstanding value. You can get these for right around 18, 19 bucks, so it's at the sub $20 price point. And for what it is, to me, it's basically the entry-level Swiss Army knife. It's just the perfect size to just throw it in your pocket. Doesn't need a pocket clip or anything, and you can just go on and take on your day. With the range of tools it has, with a nice 2.5-inch blade, as you saw in the cutting demonstration, nice and sharp even after a couple months of daily use for me. It's got the bottle opener, the can opener, the screwdriver, the nail file. If you want to put it on your keys, you can. The only basic criticism that I could give of this one in particular would be to add the toothpick and the tweezers. Reason being is I can't imagine that costing Wenger a lot of money, so that probably wouldn't drive the price up much more than $1 or $2. And it would not make the knife thicker than it already is, since those style of tools just fit right into the handle here. I find those things incredibly interesting. It's just a nice little addition. Victorinox does that in almost every knife that they produce, even the small ones. So I think Wenger could step up to the plate and add, one or both of those, as it would not drive the cost up that much for the consumer. I want to go ahead and thank everyone so much for the time, taking time to watch this review. I hope you have enjoyed it and found it informative. For all the best gear, knives, you name it, go ahead and check out www.whitemountainknives.com. You can enter discount code MJF to get 10% off your order, and of course, it is free shipping inside the United States, but they do ship internationally. Again, thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.